coming in. They're off. The feature race of the day here at Wetherby. It's the 53rd running of the Bet365 Charlie Hall Chase, and on the run to the first it is Ahoy Senor, the early leader. Comes over fence number 1 a little bit right-handed, but it shows clearly ahead of Bravemansgame around the outside of Eldorado Allen, and now pushing forward to the turn. Paint the Dream. Connor Brace wants the lead at the bend, and he's going to narrowly have it as well. The back marker by a further 2 lengths through the first quarter of a mile is Sam Brown. So it is Paint the Dream under Connor Brace, his only ride here today, leading by a little more than a length to the race favourite Ahoy Senor in second spot. And then towards the outside, the white jacket of Bravemansgame, with the grey horse Eldorado Allen keeping to the inside, and Sam Brown a further couple of lengths adrift as they now head off into the back straight. Fences 2 through to 6 coming up down here. 3 and 6 are the open ditches, but this one is plain. Paint the Dream in a little bit close. Ahoy Senor on the outside has rejoined him, followed another 2 lengths back by Eldorado Allen, who is side by side with Bravemansgame as they come to the first of the open ditches, and a whopping jump there from Ahoy Senor. Really big and bold. Didn't touch it. Ahoy Senor heading now towards fence 4. And again, very good. From in second place, Paint the Dream, who's having to settle with second best at the moment. Bravemansgame away to the left as they come over another. Low and quick there, Ahoy Senor, with Eldorado Allen taking it in 4th, and Sam Brown happy to bide his time. Aidan Coleman at the back end of the field on board the oldest horse in the race. The second of the open ditches coming up now. Ahoy Senor over it in front by around about a length or so as they prepare to leave the back straight for the first time. Ahoy Senor back at the scene of his tout and chase success in February. Grade 1 winning hurdler and chaser across at Aintree, Ahoy Senor. And he leads under Derek Fox for trainer Lucinda Russell. Ahoy Senor bidding to become the 5th Scottish-trained winner of this prestigious race. In second place is Paint the Dream, then in third Bravemansgame. Ahoy Senor and Bravemansgame meeting for the 4th time this afternoon. And further back to Eldorado Allen, winner of the Holden Gold Cup and Denman Chase last season. He's officially the highest rated in the lineup. And the only one behind the grey horse is Sam Brown, who was a winner of a very hot handicap at Aintree on Grand National Day. That was the last time he was seen. They're all across the first in the home straight. Ahoy Senor, that probably wasn't one of his better jumps. How will he take the next? A little more measured to Paint the Dream and Eldorado Allen. Bravemansgame away to the left-hand side. Harry Cobden on board for trainer Paul Nicholls. Paul, who bids for a 5th win in this race. Ahoy Senor is into the bottom of the next. Safely across it, though, from Paint the Dream, Eldorado Allen, Bravemansgame and Sam Brown. Reaching halfway and across the fence, which will be the last after another circuit. All are safe, and they head on down past the packed enclosures with a circuit left to go in the Bet365 Charlie Hall Chase, and Paint the Dream goes back on into the lead. So Paint the Dream, as was the case this time on the previous circuit, has the advantage from Ahoy Senor, who's now being closed down by old foe Bravemansgame, who's taking much closer order towards the outside. So Ahoy Senor and Bravemansgame are now side by side in second and third. 2 lengths back in 4th is Eldorado Allen under Brendan Powell, and Sam Brown still anchored in rear by Aidan Coleman, a horse who stays very well, Sam Brown, as they head off into the back straight and galloping now towards fences 11 through to 15. Paint the Dream is out in front. Bravemansgame has gone into second place now ahead of Ahoy Senor at the first down the back. Then in 4th, Eldorado Allen, and a further 2.5 lengths away to Sam Brown. Becoming a little more stretched out now than what they were, as Paint the Dream is driven into this open ditch, jumped it well, as was the case on the previous circuit. Ahoy Senor jumped that beautifully towards the inside of Bravemansgame. Bravemansgame hasn't put a foot wrong so far, jumps that in second place from Ahoy Senor. Back in 4th is Eldorado Allen, and at the back of the field, Sam Brown. Coming now towards the penultimate one over in the back. Bravemansgame was a little long, and Ahoy Senor was a little clumsy. It is Paint the Dream taking them on towards the last of the open ditches. They have 5 more fences left to jump. Paint the Dream from Bravemansgame, the white jacket, Ahoy Senor and Eldorado Allen, who improves well up the inside, and Sam Brown is the back marker. So preparing to turn left-handed out of the back straight. They have from here 5 furlongs left to go, 4 more to jump. Paint the Dream by a length. Bravemansgame, travelling strongly, is in second. Eldorado Allen has snuck through into third. Ahoy Senor back to fourth, and up his inside is Sam Brown. But all five still holding some sort of chance as they round the corner for home. Galloping now for their final half a mile, and they have 4 more to jump. It is Paint the Dream from Bravemansgame. Sam Brown along the inside. Then Eldorado Allen, and now Ahoy Senor has dropped back to last place and is a little bit outpaced as they come to 4 from home. Bravemansgame on the left came through to join Paint the Dream and Sam Brown. Sam Brown running home strongly towards the inside, but Bravemansgame travelling well as they come to 3 out. Sam Brown went for it along the inside, but Bravemansgame still in a low gear, it would appear. Paint the Dream is in third, then Eldorado Allen. Ahoy Senor well beaten. 2 out. Bravemansgame in front to Sam Brown. Back in behind them, Eldorado Allen, and further back to Paint the Dream. 1 more fence left to jump. It is Bravemansgame with the lead. Steadied into it, jumped it well. Eldorado Allen moves through to press Sam Brown for second. Now the leader shaken up on the run to the line. It is Bravemansgame under Harry Cobden, drawing away by 4 lengths, and it's Bravemansgame to win the Charlie Hall. In second place, Eldorado Allen. In third, Sam Brown. Paint the Dream was fourth, and last of the 5 will be Ahoy Senor.
The Bet365 Charlie Hall chases went away with Bravemansgame, and a second Charlie Hall for Harry Cobden. You're looking in the big screen. That was very easy, wasn't it?
Yeah, he cantered round in a lovely rhythm, jumped great, did everything right, didn't he? And I suppose he was really impressive. But obviously, Ahoy Senor didn't perform, but the race is still got.
Beat Eldorado Allen, who's a hell of a horse, fresh. He's won a Denman, etc. You beat him looking in third gear.
Yeah, he's probably done it doing a handstand, and he'll improve a ton as well. And I'm delighted.
All on Boxing Day, says you?
Yeah, looking forward to it. I mean, he actually wouldn't be a horse that would do a whole lot in front either. I'd have preferred a lead for a bit longer, but I wasn't really sure where all the others were, and I thought as we were going forward, we'd just keep the momentum going rather than sit there pretty and get collared halfway at the run. And if I got a little bit tired, but he's the good thing about today is he was settled on the way around, and Aintree was very, very hot beforehand. He bolted to the start. I couldn't hold one side of him in the race. He made a few errors, which is very unlike him. Today it was all sort of smooth. Yeah, came to plan. So delighted. He's obviously got to turn up at Kempton and do it all again. Paul's convinced there's a good bit of improvement left in him. So am I. So it'd be a good competitive race. So he's going there with a good chance, isn't he?
It's a great bit of training as well. He's been barking on about him for a few seasons now, and just bringing him to fruition.
Yeah, and I think the best thing is as well this year he hasn't started him early, like when he was a novice chaser and running over hurdles. He started the sort of first week of October, didn't he? And he never, I don't think he ever really ran a race after March all that well. And he's going to train him. I think Paul's worked out exactly what he's doing. He's going to try and train him so he lasts for one of those big festivals at the end of the season. Whether it's Cheltenham or Aintree, I don't know, but hopefully we can.
As long as you're on his back.
Yeah, we can have the same horse turn up there that we've got now, and Christmas time be ideal.
Fantastic success. Very well done.
Cheers. Thank you.
It's a 5th Bet365 Charlie Hall chase for this man, Paul Nicholls, and you've won it with some serious horses, Seymour Business, Silvinaco, Conti, Cernam. He's right up there, isn't he?
He is right up there without a shadow of doubt. We've always thought he's decent on his day. He looked very good when he won that Kauto Star Grade 1. He's won a Challow Hurdle. He's done that today. I think that's probably as good a performance as he's probably done. Harry was thrilled with him, the feel he gave him, the way he jumped. And he's a young horse who's improving. So he's right up with all of those horses. Whether he's a Gold Cup horse, I wouldn't have a. Wouldn't they keep
Is that a tracker trip?
Well, I don't know. You might just be like Clan and Silvinaco Conti, who actually didn't sort of suited around there. Who knows? Kempton's where we're aiming. That's where we're concentrating on now. King George, I've always thought made for him around that track, and that's where I go next.
That was a very smooth watch the whole way around today, wasn't it? The whole way.
Well, Harry just said he couldn't believe it. His words to me then, that's not my words. He said I was in third gear all the way. He said he jumped like a legend and then just galloped all the way to the line. He said he had a serious feel off him today. Probably as good a feel he's ever given him. And I did. You can't go crowing about it beforehand, but we did think he was as well as we'd had him. Scott rides him every day. He's been impressive. I mean, the last 2 weekends he worked. Last week he worked with Monmoral, and the week before he worked with Hitman, and they both struggled to work with him. So he's obviously got that bit of class, and now he's just finishing his race as well. So. Perfect.
Ahoy didn't give us running, but you're thinking that Collins, Jew's horse, Eldorado, he's very good fresh. he's probably run a career best in your sort of second, third gear.
Yeah, you know, and he won the Denman Chase last year. I mean, obviously Lucinda's horse didn't run his race today for whatever reason, but, you know, from our performance, it's just what we wanted to see, and we've got, as I said, one target now. We're off to Kempton. Of course, that'll be a good race as always, but I'm sure the track and the race will suit him, and yeah, he's an exciting horse, obviously.
He's an exciting horse you've been on about, and I know you mentioned it one day, and everybody's ran with it, comparing him to Denman, so but it's starting to come to reality.
Yeah, exactly, and we're learning about him all the time. You know, I think we made a few mistakes last year training him, and possibly the way we rode him around Aintree, around the inside, doesn't suit him. He loves a bit of light like we did today, but you know, when he's big and well, and the funny thing is, I was just saying him last year, he was still a weak horse. He would, you know, our hill, he couldn't do 3 up our hill. If he did 3 times up our hill, he'd sort of be quiet for a few days. Now it bounds up there 3 times. So he's got stronger, so we can get him fitter. And they appear to be better, but they're actually fitter and stronger. So he's getting there physically.
And he's with the right trainer.
Hopefully. I mean, touch wood, the horses are running really well at the moment. Long way to continue.
Yeah, well done. Enjoy.
Thank you very much.